I became a father. Chapter 1. The news that changed everything. I still remember the day my life changed forever. It was a rainy Thursday afternoon in Columbus, Ohio. I had just come home from work, tired and annoyed. My job as a warehouse supervisor paid the bills, but it didn't excite me. I walked through the door and saw my wife, Lauren, sitting on the couch, holding something in her hand. She looked at me with wide, nervous eyes. "Daniel," she said softly, "I have something to tell you." I noticed her hands shaking. "What is it? Is everything okay?" She handed me a small white stick. I looked at it, confused at first. Then I saw the 2 pink lines. Positive. I blinked. "You're pregnant?" She nodded, tears in her eyes. "Yes." My first reaction wasn't joy. It was fear. I sat down, heart pounding. "A baby?" "Yes," she said again, now smiling through her tears. I couldn't speak. I had dreamed of becoming a father someday, but I wasn't sure if this was the right time. We had just moved into a small apartment. We had student loans. I was still figuring out life. But looking at Lauren's face, something in me softened. A baby. Our baby. Chapter 2. Preparing for a new life. The weeks after the news were full of mixed emotions. Lauren was glowing, excited, and already planning names. I was trying to stay calm, but inside, I was panicking. Would I be a good dad? Could I protect and care for a child? We went to doctor's appointments, saw our tiny baby on the ultrasound, and heard the heartbeat for the first time. It sounded like fast drumming, like life racing toward us. When we found out it was a girl, Lauren cried. "I want to name her Lily," she said, "after my grandmother." I smiled. "Lily, it's perfect." We started buying baby clothes, furniture, bottles, and diapers. Our apartment slowly filled with toys and pastel colors. Every kick she felt made the moment more real. But still, some nights I lay awake staring at the ceiling. Would I mess this up? Chapter 3. The day she was born. It was 3:12 a.m. on a cold January morning when Lauren shook me awake. "Dan," she whispered, breathless. "My water broke." I jumped out of bed. My hands shook as I grabbed the hospital bag and helped her into the car. The roads were icy and quiet. My heart thudded like a drum the whole drive. The labor lasted 11 hours. I held her hand, wiped her forehead, and watched her strength with awe. Then came the moment I'll never forget. A cry, a loud, beautiful cry. The nurse handed me a tiny bundle wrapped in a pink blanket. "She's perfect," Lauren whispered, and she was. Our daughter, Lily Grace. I looked at her tiny face, her soft skin, her tiny fingers that wrapped around my thumb. In that moment, something inside me changed forever. I was a father. Chapter 4. Sleepless Nights and First Smiles. The first few months were tough. Lily cried a lot. We barely slept. Diapers, feeding, burping, changing. It never ended. I went to work exhausted. Came home even more tired. But every time I held her in my arms, I felt a deep sense of peace. I remember her first smile. She was 3 months old, lying on the bed, staring up at me. I made a silly noise, and suddenly, there it was. A smile. Big, pure, beautiful. I cried. That smile made every sleepless night worth it. Chapter 5. Learning to be a dad. I didn't grow up with a father. My dad left when I was 4, so I had no idea how to be a dad. But I was learning every day. I learned how to bathe her without making her cry, how to calm her down with a lullaby, how to make her giggle by pretending to sneeze. I was there for her first words, Dada, her first steps, right into my arms. I stopped going out with friends. I skipped weekend naps. But I didn't care. She needed me, and I needed her. Chapter 6. The First Birthday. Lily's first birthday was a big celebration. Lauren decorated the whole apartment with balloons and pictures. We invited friends, neighbors, and family. Lily wore a pink dress with a little crown. She smashed her first birthday cake with tiny hands and laughed like it was the best day ever. I watched her with a lump in my throat. 1 year ago, she was a tiny baby in my arms. Now she was walking, laughing, changing every day. Time was flying. Chapter 7. The Tough Times. Not every day was easy. When Lily was 2, she got really sick. High fever, cough, crying all night. We rushed her to the hospital. I held her small hand as the doctor gave her medicine. That night, I sat by her bed and prayed. Please, let her be okay. Take anything from me. Just let her be okay. Thankfully, she got better. But in those moments, I realized how fragile life is, how deep a father's love can be. Chapter 8. Father-Daughter Bond. As Lily grew, our bond grew stronger. We had routines, Saturday morning pancakes, bedtime stories, walks in the park. She loved when I sang to her, even though I couldn't sing well. Again, Daddy, she'd say every time I finished a silly song. She called me her superhero. I built blanket forts, played tea party, and let her paint my nails. I didn't care what others thought. She was my world, and I was hers. Chapter 9. Her first day of school. The hardest moment was letting her go. Her first day of kindergarten. She wore a little backpack, almost bigger than her. I'm ready, Daddy, she said with a brave smile. But I wasn't. I walked her to the classroom. She gave me a quick hug and ran in, waving goodbye. I stood outside, tears in my eyes. That night, she came home full of stories. I listened to every word, proud and amazed. She was growing fast, too fast. Chapter 10. Looking back. Now, Lily is 7. She reads on her own. She has friends, hobbies, dreams. She wants to be a vet. Sometimes I still wake up early, sit by her door, and listen to her soft breathing. I still make her pancakes on Saturdays. I still kiss her forehead every night. Becoming a father was the scariest thing that ever happened to me, but it was also the best. Because being a dad isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up every day with love, patience, and your whole heart.